Previously on The Real Forex Trader.
Something that's true, something that's false. So just say your name. My name is, and just say your name for me.
My name is Lee.
Hold. Correct.
Mindset, I needed that. That was just perfect timing. There's stuff in there that I just picked up that I'd probably use for the rest of my life. So I think it just takes a bit of time to get used to it because it's so far out there. But as time goes on, I think I'll just adjust to it. And everyone else has said the exact same thing.
Look where my arrow is. Can you see? The joys of trading.
Starting to get really worried now, guys. We never ever had this experience ever where everyone is down, and I'm reviewing trades and there's just stupid mistakes, and I don't really understand why we're still making mistakes. And I think tomorrow morning when I come in, I want to see everyone's checklist of this is what I am going to confirm to myself before I take this trade.
But this is like, obviously, very detailed, so if you ask me anything like that,
R5, 5.15 an hourly, matching daily trend.
Yeah, perfect. And those resistance, yeah. Price at rejection, slowing down, causing pin candle to the level, yeah. Pin bar, consolidation, doing those, yeah. Target profit zone, achievable, yeah. Respected stop loss. News, maybe. Just check if I check the news. And it high impact. That's what I've got on mine.
So matching 15, they're matching. 5 to buy. The EMA's red below, green on these.
That's just a generic checklist basically.
15 pip minimum. And then I'm looking for resistance on EMA lines as well, just to get my entries.
The advantages of being
So that's 1 to 1.
yeah.
Now if we're entering later to go to R2 it would be 25 and then going down would be over 30, so that would be even better. Which could even go down to here. But I would probably take, at least at the pivot, I would probably take profits. So let's wait what it does up here and if it comes back and then...
Yeah, I do see why you're interested in this though. So you've got the first touch, second touch, third touch trend, resistance turned into split on there, resistance. The one thing that's going to cost now, it's in between key levels.
Yeah.
So ideally, this is not always possible, but I'm more excited about entering at R1 and the UK pivot as opposed to in between it. That kind of dictates why I'm so low volume in terms of how many trades I take, because I just like to be selective.
I think I had the wrong one on, so I don't think it was giving the data the same as what we should be having. Luckily we referenced charts this morning and hopefully we've eliminated that now, so hoping for a better day.
Correct, if it does break this, chances are it can go. It's gone.
You just got to, I think, remind yourselves of why you applied in the first place, why you wanted to do this, why you came to the interview. You know, if you flew from wherever, took the train, or however you got here, why you actually came here. So like yesterday I saw quite a few of you at 5 o'clock, like looking around, looking like you wanted to leave. Trading is not like a 9 till 5 or 8 till 5 thing. It's, especially when you first start out, you've got to put in the hours. You may feel tired, but you know, just be here as long as you can. You're clearly not doing well, so you should be putting in more hours. Going home, eating, sleeping, coming back, and just, you know, you've only got a few more days until more of you get chopped, and then obviously next week's the final challenge. So if I was you guys, I'd just put you all in to the next few days. You know, ask us as many questions as you can. If we're not in the room and you have a question, just put it in the group. We're here to help you. Don't feel that you can't ask us questions. You know, you may be successful, you may not be, but at least you know you can look back and say, you know, I put my all in for that whole month that I was here.
There's only two that are following rules, and that's Borak and Dom.
You know, I think I'm quite relaxed. I think because I'm following the rules, and I think that takes that pressure off you, because even if it does hit, you know, your stop loss, it doesn't go your way. You know that you've stuck to your strategy. So I think it takes that pressure off. I think a lot of other people in the process are feeling a bit of pressure because they're not taking trades based upon the rules. So it adds that pressure onto them, really.
No emotion. No, from the best, it's got to be no emotion. And they tell you don't be emotional. Don't be emotional.
Strongest trader, as of right now, I believe it's Barak. He's stuck to the strategy. I think he is profitable. I think Dom is profitable as well, but I don't think he's taken as many trades as Barak. So I think, yeah, them two are going to go really far in this competition.
Lee, Burke and Lloyd, who are performing pretty well. Lloyd might be a little bit too aggressive. Burke is very conservative, which is working out so far, and I think his strategies are very good, and his entries and stop losses. Lee definitely sees the setups. It's just about getting in at the right time and then having that feeling for the stop loss. Currently, where we sit right now, I feel like Burke would probably be the best trader right now.
So obviously yesterday we tried giving them, you know, a straight talk of where they're going wrong, and a lot of it is just basic rule breaking, but on a lot of the information that I gave, I spoke specifically to buyers, where I said that if he was in the trade now, he was trying to manage an hourly trade on a 15-minute time frame. We all know that the volatility is completely different between those two time frames, and you're going to need a larger stop loss. However, if he was to have taken it on the hourly, he still would have been in it, although at a loss. Meaning, he could have entered the trade last night at 6 PM and got the trade at discount, if that makes sense, because he would have got a better price, could have put the same stop loss in place and would have got more. The concerning factor is that he didn't take that as, you know, a good bit of advice. Me not telling him to take the trade, but telling him that that would have been a good thing to do. And the market's then sold off massively from there. I mean, how many pips is it down now?
65.
65 pips from last night. Yeah.
About 30 pips up.
So it would have been up a 2-to-1 return on his money, and it's a shame that people aren't getting the kind of hints and tips that we're trying to give them. But today's the crunch day to you know, be able to make sure that they are following rules, and if they're not, it's time to go home.
I honestly thought I was going to leave. I thought I was going to get kicked out yesterday. I actually still think I'm probably going to get kicked out today. Touch wood, that's not going to happen. But no, I'm glad that he's sort of given everyone a second chance to, or third chance actually, to redeem themselves. Today's not really gone my way, but I'm hoping that he's seen that I've stuck to the strategy and potentially keeps me in the competition.
This right here, gold, is just like not even following the chart anymore. So right now here, this is the price, and the candle is like right in between. So I don't even know what's like real right now or not. So just hit S1 and it was holding for a minute. So we'll have to see if it can recover, but it's obviously not at all how I intended on this trade to go. So not easy to stay without emotions on that.
Cable on the short. Just going to slow around away. That's why I need to drop just a little bit lower just to make my 1-for-1 ratio pretty much. So hopefully that'll only be like, you know, 4 or 5 more pips. I could pull out now and cover my losses, but I want to make a little bit of profit. So.
I'm looking to hold mine a bit longer than Dom, I think. If it pulls back and goes back into negative, I'm okay with that. So maybe later on Friday or something like that, Thursday, Friday, I'll look at closing it. So have to see how it goes. It's come down to sort of this kind of area here, rather than closing it here, but it's just going to take a lot longer. We could see it come back up. So
which direction are we moving?
Bullish.
Which direction is the trend?
Up. On the daily.
And on the 50-minute?
Down.
Cool. Flip to the hour. I think this is the only time frame in which this trade is plausible.
Right.
Because on the 15-minute we're clearly down and there's no room to go on it.
Yeah, I think it's because I wrote here, it just crossed on the hourly.
which is true. It's just that it goes to the 15 for a second. There's just no room for it to go. So your risk to reward is
1-to-1.
Just to reiterate, if you're happy to manage this trade on the hourly, consider it sort of a mid-term position where there's decent risk to reward in the position, then it's fine. I wouldn't say it's a fantastic setup, but it's okay.
Yeah.
On the 15-minute, it's not bad. Because it's just not, the risk to reward just isn't there. But please don't feel the pressure. Try to curb that, because you don't want to be making silly mistakes, like Elliot said this morning, only to find yourself regretting this process and obviously your downfall as a result of a silly mistake. So just keep to the system. Daily's the boss. Try to get confluences across multiple time frames. Manage the trade on the chart you take it on. This trade is only valid on the hourly time frame.
I'm gonna wait for the hour.
Cool. Tell me what you're thinking.
I'm going to leave it until we hit the hour.
What's the other option?
Take profit.
I think there's enough rejection there. That's a good one.
Yeah. In 5 minutes. Yeah.
He's up in the account both times. He's sticking to the rules. He's quite conservative. So, yeah, Dom's definitely the strongest at the moment.
So I appreciate that he's up, which is obviously good. But I'm not 100% sure how much of that was maybe a little bit of beginner's luck. But obviously he's up. So right now he's also one of the top traders.
I bought USJPY. Bought it. I wanted to purchase here. I sort of reject here. Waited for confirmation at the pivot. And bought. And now I'm just sitting on to it on the hourly. Also, US indices are up, where everybody else is down today. So I've got on the back of that one too, on top of it. And we'll see if we can ride the wave.
There's some news in 10 minutes. There's a president making a speech. I'm not too sure if that's going to impact it too much. I'm hoping it does, hoping he mentions the coronavirus. Everyone goes, ah, and then gold shoots up again. And yeah, I walk away with some kind of profit today.
Where's your stop loss?
Literally just on the...
Yeah, mine as well, same position.
But if I lose that, I'm only losing £80.
Still in here, but it's not really doing what I wanted to do.
Don't ask me. Pretty bad actually. Just got stopped out on gold. I was tempted to move my stop loss much lower. I didn't, and ta-da, that what happened. Yeah, another good day, that's all.
I took it out because on the 5 minute it was crossing over on the EMA. Plus it broke a support plus resistance level quite harshly, so instead of allowing it to hit my stop loss, I just took my loss, not profit. I wish it was profit, but don't mind.
Thomas, down 3.1%. He's in a trade, he's like break even. Yeah.
Fine, plus 5%.
Dominic is up.
Dom is up
0.1%.
0.1%.
There you go.
First of all, how do we think that we've done today?
Better.
Is that you as a team or as an individual?
I think we haven't lost as much as a team today as yesterday.
I think we lost more today. But yeah, we lost more today than yesterday. Across as a team. Anyone else wanted to make any comments?
Yeah, I made a trade. I did sell when the daily was a buy, and I know that was wrong as soon as I realised I got out.
Yeah, so checklist,
Yeah.
walking through it. So we're in an awkward situation because we have to start basically removing people now, I think, from the competition. Yeah, we're kind of cut for time now. Coming Tuesday next week, we're going to be on to the final challenge, so we need to turn total profits now from today till Monday. So we're going to be sending home 2 individuals today, and it's just based off of stats and who he thinks learned the most and who's performing the worst.
I think Chris is likely to go, and I think either Thomas or Lloyd. I think they keep breaking the rules even after getting warnings, and I think it's more of an understanding. I don't think they actually understand what they're doing, and I think they don't really want it enough because they're clearly not sticking to the rules. I don't think they really want.
I think probably the weakest one I'd say is Thomas. He's still not following the strategy. I think he's lost a fair amount. But I mean, he is cracking on, he's soldiering on, he's not really talking to anyone, he's just in his zone, which is good. But I don't think he's sort of performed and stuck to the rules as well as everyone else. Probably the one I'd say that would potentially leave.
I'll just go through the list so you've got a rough idea of how everyone's done. So as a total group, your performance is pretty, I wouldn't say bad, it's recoverable. You're down 1.3% as a group over the entire portfolio. So that's obviously, that we can recover it, but if we don't make drastic changes now, some of you are just slipping too far, and it's something that we just can't see going into the next couple of days. I'll just start with the people that will be going home today, and it's based off the fact that they've lost the most money, which is Tobias and Thomas. So Thomas has lost 3.1%, and Tobias is 1.65% with a 0.4% open. So it's nothing, like I said, it's personal. We just have to try to cut positions now and try to see that. I think Thomas's losses excelled a bit more today than yesterday. It's just is how it is. Some people take longer than others to learn. Doesn't necessarily mean that you guys are going to be bad traders or anything like that, or that your journey is over as traders. As for everyone else, I'll run through from top down of how everyone else is doing. So in top place we have Dom, who's up 0.1% across the board. So congrats, well done on that trade that you did today on pound. It was good holding it. Again, you took a good trade as well, Barack, putting you into second place at 0.6% down. In third place we have Chris, who's down 0.4%, but you're in minus 0.25 in open position. So that's third place. Fourth place we have Lee Bolt, who's down 1.6% at this moment in time. Fifth place we have Lloyd. Sixth place we have Fatima. So it's going over a few things, gains, losses and technicals along those lines. So what we're going to now do is with Tobias and Thomas, we're going to try to come up with a plan now of how we plan on trying to correct everything going into Thursday and Friday, and see how we can, if we can, recover the gains and see where we end up on Monday and Tuesday. Yeah. So if we can all say our goodbyes both to these two awesome gents, and in the meantime, if you can all carry on trading, and me, Ellie and Atish are going to go and create a plan on what we plan on doing for the next steps over the next few days. Yeah. All right, brilliant guys. Thank you for your time. I appreciate everything. Thanks. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thomas, it was nice to meet you.
All the best, mate.
Thank you.
Stand up. Yeah, definitely.
Tom.
Good luck, mate. Yeah.
Tom, take care, good luck, yeah. Good job so far. Correct.
Keep trading.
Yeah.
Keep going. Well done, by the way.
I will watch in the series how you guys.
See you around.
Yeah. See you in London.
Where is Fatima?
He's gone.
Well, first of all, I still feel privileged and honored to even be here. You know, I learn a lot, and learning from Sam and his crew and Atish and all the other guys, it's absolute pleasure, and that's kind of knowledge that will stick for me forever. And obviously, from this point on, I'll keep continuing my education. And there was 8 of us in the room, and 2 of us were the poorest performers. So I have to take my hats off for the other 6, because they obviously did better. So yeah, just it is what it is. And yeah, I'll be walking away from the challenge, with my head held high and wishing the guys in the room all the best, because they clearly deserve it. So yeah, overall, absolutely great experience, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, obviously it's really sad to be one of the first ones to have to go, but obviously they have to protect the capital. To be honest, I don't think I'm the weakest trader, but obviously it comes down to the profits right now, and I think I took maybe too much risk, or I did take too much risk, put on too many trades, and it just turned out against me. If I would have been more conservative, taken my stop losses way higher or way lower, to not get taken out so quickly, it definitely would have been beneficial for me. However, I also think not everyone is 100% knowing what they are doing yet, in my opinion, but we'll see how the future continues. I definitely appreciate all the time that I've spent here. I appreciate all the time they have taken of teaching us. I think at the end it just took me too long to pick everything up and getting the strategy really in my head, and kind of trying to relearn everything that I learned with stocks trading, since it's definitely different strategy from trading stocks for sure.
Okay, so we've lost 2, so we're down to 6 now. So we're going to rejig some figures for people. So there's 2 things. First off, I want to address, first of all, is like energy levels. Everyone in here looks like you're in a morgue, or like you're depressed or something. So you're now through to the stage where no one goes home. Yeah. So the worst thing that's going to happen now is that you have me coming and shouting at you for doing shit. Yeah. So you will be here now until the end. The difference is that I can still reduce your capital, so it can go all the way down to like 5,000, 2,000 or something along those lines. Yeah. So there should be no one sitting in now panicking, paranoid, or worried about going home, because you're here for the rest of the challenge. Yeah? Okay, so now we have to make some changes of how we reduce returns. So unfortunately the 2 individuals that left were just racking up losses, and we couldn't see them changing anytime soon, so that's why we had to let them go. So what we're going to do is so also obviously you broke your rules, so you're lucky that you're still here. It was a very close decision between them and you, and I don't want social media thinking it's because you're a girl or anything like that. You lost slightly less money than what they did, and that was the deciding factor. But come tomorrow, I mean, I want everyone checking that checklist first before placing the trigger to go and buy or sell, not placing the trade then checking my checklist. Yeah, that's not how we work. Yeah, it's very simple. It's not like you drive through the traffic lights and then say were they red or green afterwards. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so what we're going to do is, so you 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you 2 are in a different category. So you 4 are in a zone of where it's down to you where you end up now in this challenge. You can end up at the top, or you can end up at the bottom. So it's pretty much where you guys are. Your job now is to prove yourself that you can actually trade and you can return money, and then what will happen from that point, you will then be allocated more capital. Yeah. So if you trade well, you get more capital. If you sit there and do nothing, it'll be reduced and be moved to someone else that performs that capital. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the leverage, so you'll be able to open more trades. Okay, so you can have maybe 2 or 3 trades open tops, making sure that you're not trading the same correlated pairs. You're
dollar and pound dollar as an example, you wouldn't be in both of those in the same direction. You choose one or the other. Yeah. You two, we're going to move you both up to 100,000 on each account, and that's going to be in play from today. We can do it before we go quickly, can't we? Yeah. And so you guys are moving up. So at the moment, my hedge risk is on you guys. So if you guys go and do something stupid, it's going to dent the team a lot more than all 4 of these people. So you have a lot more responsibility, but that doesn't mean I want you to do anything differently. You're doing the right things, and there's no risk that I see from you guys trading at all. From right now, long term, if I was to leave you to get on with what you're doing, I would say that you two would go away and be profitable, which is a good thing, yeah? So I wouldn't complain about that. So I think that's congrats to you guys for showing that you're okay. Overall net, we're only down 1.3%, which works out to about 3.8k. So if you both pulled off 1 or 2 good trades, it would give you back in the green. And then again, if you pulled off 2 losses, it could slip a lot further.
No pressure.
Yeah. So let's hope.
No, like you're increasing your capital for a reason. So
yeah,
it's all good.
For the other four, I think it's well worth just revisiting the drawing boards and like, what are these guys doing different that I'm not doing? Why am I not checking my checklist? Why am I not taking trades? You're trying to all be profitable with tens of thousands of pounds in the space of 2 weeks. It's a hard task, yeah? It's a lot of pressure as well. So some people take 1 week to pick it up, they smash it. They're the ones that we're hopeful. Doesn't mean we're going to get them. Some people take 3 months before they pick it up, they get it, and then they perform. I would suggest now we're going into Thursday, Friday. We've got a few days to utilise absolutely everything we can do. And what a great feeling it would be if we can turn around at 5 PM and go, we're up now, we're in the green, we're doing well, and we're going into a fresh week and what the next week's challenge holds. Alright guys, I'll see you in the morning. Your accounts will be updated shortly, and we'll get going.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
Next time on The Real Forex Trader.
If it breaks,
you can put your stop loss just over there and then just leave it to it.
I'm in US dollar.
Sponsored by WildEFX.com, bringing you the best Forex experience.